Well, the trade deadline just ended. It hit the clock, and we got one trade to show for it. What a boring trade deadline. I don't got much to say about it. I was going to make a whole video about all the trades that are going to happen, but about nothing happened. So, I say we're going to do a quick recap of the trades we've had the past month. But other than that, we'll maybe go through everybody that was supposed to be traded, and then we'll talk about what trades we might see in the offseason now. So, first off, we had Marcus Peters get traded to Kenny Young. Of course, everybody knows about this. Marcus Peters, Rams needed to dump a cornerback. They got a linebacker back. They needed to make room for their next trade, which was Jalen Ramsey. Traded for 2021 first round, 2020 first round, and a 2021 fourth rounder to Jacksonville Jaguars for Jalen Ramsey from them. And that deal seems to be turning out pretty nicely for LA right now. We also had Emmanuel Sanders go to the 49ers. And that's pretty much that. But then the New York Jets traded Leonard Williams to the Giants for a third-round pick this year and a conditional 2021 sixth-round pick that can turn into a fifth-round pick if Williams resigns. But also, I want to talk about that a little bit because nobody really knows what that sixth-round pick means. It's pretty much saying if the Giants re-sign him, they trade away a fifth-round pick, which is probably what they would get if they didn't re-sign him. So they're pretty much just trading third-round pick. That's the end of that deal. I didn't really get to talk about that much. But then we also had Aqib Talib and a 2020 fifth-round pick get traded from the Rams to dump cap to the Dolphins for a future pick that we don't know about yet. But I do want to talk about that trade for a bit, as Miami's stacking up draft picks right now. They have 13 draft picks coming up in this draft. 5 of those are in the first 2 rounds. Maybe more. I might be off my count. But they have 3 of those in the first round, 2 of those in the second round. And I'm pretty sure that is accurate. But Rams are also dumping off cap because, Jalen Ramsey needs a contract somehow. But Miami's setting themselves up for the future. With 5 picks this year in the top 64. Next year, they have at least 2 first-rounders. I think they also have an extra second-rounder, so 4 in the top 64. Well, it's crazy how Miami's just stacking up draft picks on top of draft picks. And give them 4 years, we're going to be talking about them probably making the Super Bowl, as long as their quarterback that they draft is good. So that moves us on to what trades we could have seen. As Chris Harris or Darius Slay were both rumored that they could get traded to the Eagles, but both teams wanted way too much for him, according to Philly. And then we also had Jamal Adams and Le'Veon Bell were getting offers. At least New York was listening to them. Seems like New York was... Also, Robbie Anderson for New York. Seems like New York was trying to go full rebuild mode. And I wish New York would have done a deal. Because recently, they just said that they were trying to get a first and a second for Jamal Adams. With this draft class coming up, I would have gone with first and a third, first and a fourth. I don't think I'd trade away the picks. But for a team that actually needs the strong safety, like the Cowboys, if they trade away the first and a fourth, I would accept that in a heartbeat if I was the Jets. You're getting a first-round pick. You get a draft. Actually, I'd probably go first and a third. I'd probably work myself there. But you're getting a first-round pick, and then another third-round pick on top of that. That's a pretty good deal for a strong safety that doesn't want to be with your team. Le'Veon Bell probably would have taken a lot to get her out of there. A first, and probably another first to go along with it. Maybe a first and a second, but that would have taken a lot more than what most teams are willing to pay anyways. Then, also, we had Robbie Anderson, where they wanted a second-round pick. Most they got was a fourth. They should try to compromise somewhere and get a third. I imagine New York was trying to, but nobody wanted to offer them the third round pick that they wanted. I don't know why. I'm not a part of that. So then, of course, she had Redskins are just crazy. Oh my gosh, they want Trent Williams. You know, Trent Williams to the Browns was supposed to be coming. Everybody was expecting Trent Williams to the Browns. Trent Williams to the Browns. Trent Williams to the Browns. Didn't happen. Because Washington wanted a first-round pick on top of Denzel Ward. I don't know why. They have a top 5. Denzel Ward is a top 5 corner. I really think if Cleveland traded away Denzel Ward, it would take Trent Williams and another pick. I'd say like Trent Williams and a first-round pick for Denzel Ward. Not the other way around. It's ridiculous. I'm frustrated that we didn't have any deals today because trades are fun to watch. It's fun to see teams trying to make themselves better. Trading's one of those ways. Free agency's another, and draft's the other one. And there's like other ones too, maybe. The 3 main ones are free agency, draft, trade. Those are how you get your players. If NFL teams are holding back on trading, what's the point? Like, NFL teams need to be willing to get rid of their players for, like, the whole system to function. That's kind of how it works. This dude doesn't want to be here. Take Trent Williams, for example. Trent Williams obviously does not want to be in Washington anymore. So why would a team offer you Denzel Ward and a first-round pick for Trent Williams? That makes 0 sense. Trent Williams doesn't want to be there. You want to get him to a place where he wants to be, but also having a chance to get something back for him. Because more than likely, he's not resigning to you guys. You can franchise tag him, but he more than likely won't sign that. Trent Williams obviously does not want to be with you guys. So why not trade him? Get something out of him. That's the whole point of it. Jamal Adams doesn't really want to be with New York anymore. Trade him and get something out of it. It just doesn't make sense, guys. Trade deadline is supposed to be fun and exciting for people to watch. NFL's probably mad that they didn't have any deals done because really just declined their television rate and people talking about them because nothing got done. For example, MLB trade deadline this year. Take the example of an MLB trade deadline this year. There was tons of trades that went down. Nick Castellanos went to the Cubs. Zach Greinke, a top pitcher, got traded from Diamondbacks to the Astros. But one of the top players got traded. Not even because he didn't want to be there. It's because he needed to jump off cap. I don't understand. It doesn't take that much logic to trade away your players. Maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe people are really lowballing teams. But if they don't want to be there, trade them. And if you put them on the trade block and you don't trade them away, and they were actually happy, they're probably not very happy now. Anyways, that's just what I think. So, let's talk about, well, pretty much all those players are the players that can get traded in the offseason too. So don't be surprised if one of those players go on to move. So, what are some trades you guys would like to see in the near future since there's no trade deadline now? Also, what are suggestions for sports videos do you guys have for me down below? I'd like to hear them, and who knows, your suggestion may just be one of the next videos. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to click on those links down below. There's Discord, Instagram, Twitter, and there's a Patreon link as well. Also, just make sure keep that sports week flowing throughout the day.